Germany took on Portugal in a crunch showdown in the group of death in Munich on Saturday night, with Joachim Low's side under pressure to get the win following their disappointing opening defeat to France. Fernando Santos' Portugal team came into the game looking to secure progression to the round of 16, having already beat Hungary 3-0 on Matchday 1. As it happened, in what was undoubtedly the most entertaining game of the tournament so far, it was the Germans who came out on top thanks to goals from Havertz and Ruben, as well as 2 own goals from Ruben and Rafa Guerrero respectively. Despite falling behind early to a Cristiano Ronaldo goal and conceding a second late on, Germany ran out comfortable 4-2 winners to temporarily silence their critics. Gosens in particular was sensational for Germany from the start and wreaked havoc out in the left all game. But just how did Germany's wingbacks manage to find so much space out wide? Beautiful Goal TV takes a look. As mentioned, Germany fell behind after Diogo Jota played in Ronaldo following a great ball over the top from Bernardo Silva. But before then, Germany had already had a goal disallowed. Gosens' brilliant volley may have been ruled out due to an offside, but it was a sign of things to come, as Germany continued to create chance after chance through both Joshua Kimmich and Gosens. Low once again set his team up in a 3-4-3 system, which paid major dividends due to the way Portugal set up. Opting to abandon his usual 4-4-2 diamond, Santos instead set his team up in a 4-2-3-1, although when defending it was more of a 4-1-4-1 shape, with Danilo Pereira dropping slightly deeper into a 6 and Bruno Fernandes dropping alongside William Carvalho, with Jota and Silva out wide. The failure of Jota and Silva to provide adequate defensive cover for their fullbacks was one problem Portugal had, but this was caused by Germany's centre-backs often driving out with the ball and taking up advanced positions when building up. This drew Portugal's wide men more central and higher up the pitch, as they couldn't allow the likes of Ginter, Hummels and Rudiger to advance unchallenged. But it was further up the pitch where Germany caused Portugal real problems. The positioning of Thomas Muller and Kai Havertz, who both operated effectively in the half spaces or in the central channels behind Gnabry, constantly rotating positions, meant that along with Kroos and Gundogan, they constantly outnumbered Portugal in midfield, as can be seen from their average positioning. Gnabry and Havertz would occupy the centre-backs Pepe and Ruben, while Carvalho and Pereira would need to pick up Kroos and Gundogan, leaving at least one man free, usually either Muller or Havertz. The central concentration of players meant that Portugal's fullbacks were forced to defend quite narrow, despite the presence of Kimmich and Gosens out wide, as if they stayed out wide to mark them, they would create space centrally for Gnabry and Havertz to run straight through on goal. With Portugal's wide players drawn higher up the pitch by Germany's advanced centre-backs, Gosens and Kimmich were left in acres of space out wide, leaving Portugal's defenders scrambling to block the constant crosses coming into the box, leading to 2 forced own goals. Of course, Germany's centre-backs playing so high up the pitch and pressing so aggressively left them vulnerable in transition, which we saw throughout the first half, most notably with Ronaldo's goal. Portugal win the ball back on the edge of their penalty area, and the ball is played to Bernardo Silva, who spots Jota's run into the space created by Germany's defenders overcommitting on an attacking set piece. Kimmich gives chase behind, but never really had any chance of catching up, while Ronaldo's lung-bursting run from the edge of his own box eliminates Havertz and Ginter, who are Germany's deepest players. Despite Ginter spotting Ronaldo's run, he is unable to adjust his positioning in time to prevent the Portuguese captain from tapping home. Luckily for Germany, Portugal failed to create as many chances from attacking transitions in the second half. Instead, Santos' team were overwhelmed by German pressure, with Patricio facing 14 shots at his goal, 10 coming from open play. And even though they did pull a goal back when Ronaldo stretched across for Jota, they were well out of the game by then. The dominance of Germany's wingbacks was perfectly showcased by the 4th goal, where the ball is played out wide to Kimmich, who finds himself in space once again and puts in a perfectly timed cross for the arriving Gosens behind Semedo, who duly slots home a powerful header. Of course, Gosens' run is observed but not tracked by Andre Silva, who had replaced Jota by this stage. Portugal had also brought on João Moutinho and Renato Sanchez, but none of their substitutions had much impact on the game. In contrast, Nicolas Süle and Leon Goretzka were both effective in providing defensive reinforcements and attacking quality respectively, with Goretzka's late effort on goal flying just wide. All in all, Germany were by far the better side and thoroughly deserved their victory. Portugal were as disappointing and ineffective out of possession as they were on the ball. Had their wide players dropped deeper and tracked the runs of Kimmich and Gosens, or if Santos had played an extra man in midfield to cope with the central overload, Portugal may have performed slightly better. But in the end, Kimmich and especially Gosens was simply phenomenal and exploited the spaces they found themselves in to maximum effect. But what do you think? Do you think Portugal could have done anything differently? Or were Germany simply too good on the day? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more beautiful Goal TV content in future. We've been covering Euro 2020 extensively and will continue to do so. So feel free to check out our other videos and watch this space for more Euro 2020 content coming your way. As always, thanks for watching, much love, take it easy, and keep enjoying the beautiful game.